Hello again, Chase the Traveler, coming to you from Japan with a new episode. So, today what we're going to talk about is the Japanese and the white man. Now, this is not about disrespecting the white man or anything. This is basically about the relationship that I've seen with the Japanese and the white man. Now, let me tell you, when I first got to Japan, it was quite clear that the white man had an edge over me. Pretty much the schools, the English schools that were offering jobs, they were paying money. Pretty much everybody was white in there. Everybody was, if you were white, you were in. You had blue hair, green hair, orange hair, you were in. If you were young and you were good looking, you were in. So for me, getting a job was definitely not that easy, and the image that I projected was definitely not what they wanted. Now, did I get jobs? Yes. Did I have to struggle? Hell yeah. Did I do it? Yeah. But I tell you, when you come over to Japan, you'll notice that a lot of things, for example, the businesses the people that the Japanese trade with, for example, like cars. You see a lot of European cars over here. BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche. You don't see that many American cars, even though America is technically, America's protecting them with 100,000 troops, but you got more European cars than you got American cars on the street. But either way, what I'm trying to say is that you don't see Korean cars over here. You don't see Chinese cars over here, but you see European and American cars. American cars, very few. So the white man definitely does have an advantage in Japan. Way more than the black man, way more than the Asian man. And you can see it just by what they do, how they do it. You can see that back in the old days, all the English schools, again, you had white people working in them, and they were making a hell of a lot of money. Some of the jobs that I could have gotten when I had the experience, those jobs were definitely not available to me. Now, all of a sudden, when the prestige is gone, and the money is gone, you can now find everybody teaching English. Before, you couldn't see Asians like from Southeast Asia teaching English. But now, that's not such an unusual thing. Actually, right now, all the white people or Europeans have left because there's no money. You see a couple, but not that many. But now they've been replaced. And they've been replaced by people making way less money. And all of a sudden, the prestige in the job is gone. So it's not fashionable anymore to teach English. It isn't fashionable anymore to teach English. The money's not there anymore. But now, anybody who wants to do it can do it. So, it's like amazing. And when I had my North Korean girlfriend, she told me something. She said, something? Japanese people really respect the white man. And I'm like, why do they respect the white man? And she's like, well, hey, they dropped the bomb over here, and pretty much, that's what did it. They get a lot of respect. Now, I, of course, do not support America dropping the atomic bomb because I think that was like a cheap shot. Because, I mean, when you look at TV right now, they always tell you about, well, you know something, this is war. You cannot hit civilians. You're not supposed to kill civilians during war. Well, the atomic bomb pretty much didn't discriminate, and most of the people that died were civilians. So I would say that that wasn't very nice. But the people that dropped that bomb are certainly getting a lot of respect. And I'm telling you, they're getting a lot of respect over here because a lot of things that I see around here, white people or the white man definitely does have the advantage. I mean, if I were to go somewhere with, let's say, with a white colleague, and I went to a Japanese bar, and me and my white friend were discussing something, and the Japanese was right in the middle of it. And my white friend said, you know something, I don't believe in this. And I would say, oh, I believe in it. Or he would say, this is true, and I would say, no, it's not true. Who do you think the Japanese is going to believe? Well, they're going to believe the white guy. Of course, they're not going to be rude and tell me, oh, I don't believe this, but pretty much they're going to side with him. I mean, you could see it when you go to work and you're working side by side with the white guy and the Japanese person. The Japanese person is going to side with the white guy. When you go look for apartments, the Japanese person is going to side with the white guy. They're not going to be siding with you as much. I mean, and all of a sudden, when the white man leaves and doesn't want to teach English as much anymore, the price goes down. Oh, they're inviting everybody in. So sometimes I'm a little jealous. And you know something? I feel kind of cheated because in Japan, you know, for example, as a black person, sometimes, you know, back then, not so much more now, you were kind of like pigeonholed into like, oh, well, you came here for the ladies. And you're like, you're not good to us or whatever it is, right? And I'm like looking at that and, you know, I'm like, hold on a second. Why are you upset at like little things that you don't like about black people are doing, but there's no black country that's ever waged war on you. There is no black country that's ever killed thousands of you. Yeah, they might try and hook up with some of your ladies once in a while, and when you see them walking down the street, you don't like that. I get it. But you have a certain group of people that decimated certain cities in a violent way in the name of war. Now, I'm not saying that America shouldn't have done it or America should have done it. What I'm saying is that when you think about it, the people that did the most damage are the people that are getting the most benefit. I definitely, nobody in my family went to World War II. Nobody that was black, I assume, made any decisions to fight the Japanese. But on the other hand, the people that had no, let's say, power in making that decision, and the people that haven't really had a history of animosity or antagonism or warfare with the Japanese are the ones that aren't being as respected. But the person that waged war, killed, plundered, well, for whatever reason, is the person that is getting all the benefits over here. Now, again, this is just my point of view. And I definitely think that in regards to like the black man or the Asian person in Japan, the white man is almost like a king. I mean, they're on top of the other Asians, definitely on top of black people, definitely on top of everybody else. So, I mean, if you're white over here, you definitely get a lot more advantages than somebody that looks like me, Chinese or Korean or, Filipino or whatever. I'm not saying that there is no racism against white people here. No, I'm definitely not saying that. There is. And just because you're white doesn't mean that you're going to get away with everything. You're not. What I'm saying is that they have an advantage over here that you're not going to have if you're not white. I remember a time where I was watching the news. This was about 25, maybe close to like 30 years ago. Close to 25, 30 years ago. And the newscaster was on TV. He was upset because he saw a lot of white guys with Japanese girls. And he was like, oh, well, I was walking around Tokyo and I've seen a lot of European or, Caucasian men, with Japanese ladies. But on the other hand, you don't really see that many Japanese men with Caucasian ladies. And he was saying it in it was like, well, I wish we could get some of that. Well, times have changed. Nowadays, you see a lot of Japanese guys with European ladies and white ladies. So, it's, I wonder if that guy's still broadcasting because he might want to talk about that. He might definitely want to say something. But either way, I would say that a lot of the jobs that you have out there, the Japanese employer would much rather deal with the white person. He's definitely going to treat them better than he's going to treat the Asians or the blacks. He's going to give the white man more respect than he gives the Asians or the blacks or Indians or, The Japanese man definitely trusts what the white man has to say and almost believes it. I mean, like I said, if you put people of different races and you put a white man and you put a Chinese in front of a Japanese person, especially if he's an American white, the Japanese is going to probably repeat everything the white American or the white person said. Unless it's something really, really outrageous. And you definitely have to be aware of that when you come to Japan, if you're not white. So, I would say that the North Korean girlfriend that I had is kind of a little bit right. She's correct. That bomb definitely did affect the kind of respect that the Japanese give to the white man. Because when they were hopping around Asia, they weren't really defeated, or nobody was really defeating them until the white man dropped the bomb. But my problem is that you would think that they would be nicer or treat the people that don't have that history of destroying their people are killing hundreds of thousands of their people, they would prefer the people that didn't do that, for example, like black people, or Koreans or Chinese or whatever. But the answer to that is no. I mean, I was watching the news the other day, and then I think the Chinese foreign minister was on TV saying, hey, Japanese people, you can sharpen your nose, but you're not going to be European. That was a good one. I had a good laugh at that. I kind of understood what he was saying. And I mean, honestly, when you think about it, the Japanese are trying to do business in white countries, predominantly white countries. And that's why right now, they're not doing as well as the Chinese or the Koreans. I mean, most of their business was centered around Western European nations and America. They didn't want to go to South America as much. They didn't want to go to Africa. And I think they've paid the price for that. They've definitely paid the price for that. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. I'm also going to do a story about the Japanese and the black man, and the Japanese and the Asian man. So stay tuned. So I think that, you know, my ex-North Korean girlfriend said it best. It's all about might and power. And I wonder if that's going to change. I wonder if in the future that is going to change, where the Japanese kind of like moves away from that. I'm not saying they should. I don't have any problems with the white man. I'm just telling it like it is. Now, of course, this vlog isn't meant to generalize and say that if you're white and you come over here, they're going to be welcoming you with open arms. The world's going to be your oyster and you're going to succeed. No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that white people have a certain advantage. Another advantage is, for example, these modeling gigs. You'll notice that when a white guy or a white girl marries a Japanese, that all of a sudden their children, when they're younger, they get these modeling contracts. You know, and some of these parents, when they have kids, you know, they're sitting out there, I mean, they're getting these modeling contracts, they're on TV, and the whiter they look, the better. And some of them are, you know, some of these parents, like, you know, white people who have kids with Japanese, I mean, they're making bank. I mean, back in the old days, I don't know about now. They're making bank. They've got kids, they put them into modeling. All of a sudden, they're bringing home an income. If you're Chinese, or if you're Korean, you're not getting that. I'm not saying that there aren't Koreans or Chinese on TV. I'm saying that their kids aren't getting those contracts. If you're black, you're definitely not getting as many contracts. You might get one or two. That definitely might happen. But you're not getting a lot of those contracts. I mean, those benefits are for the white man. Now, you would think that it would be the opposite. I mean, you would think that people would want to work with people who haven't really waged war on them or in the past and tell them what to do. But no. No, 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 no. That is not the way it works. I mean, pretty much you have a situation where like I said, sometimes I'm just jealous at all the advantages these white people have. I mean, but you can't knock them for it. That's just the way it is. But do you think it's fair? Let me know. I mean, shoot me your views in the comment section. I mean, it definitely is intriguing to me. It's definitely intriguing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just jealous. Maybe I'm just jealous. No, but again, no offense to the white man. I think that if the Japanese is going to give them a lot more than they're giving these other people out here, it's not their fault, and they should go for it. And but I'm also not saying that other races, whether you're Chinese, Korean, Black, Indian, that you cannot compete. No, that is not what I'm saying. You can definitely compete here. I mean, I've seen people compete. But definitely, the Japanese make it easy for the white man. Make it real easy. Automatically, when you show up, there's definitely a trust level that they don't give the other races. Especially if you're American, especially if you're European, Western European. The Russians, that's a different story. They definitely are a little cautious when it comes to the Russians. So they're not going to give them the same trust. And you could see that because a lot of the jobs that the Russians get, especially the women, are pretty much in the water business. Now, I'm not saying that's everybody. So, like, hostessing and stuff. Of course, that's not everybody. But it is definitely more prevalent. It's definitely more prevalent. So, hello, how are you? I'm good, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you. Say hello.
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 YouTube?
Yes, sir.
YouTube.
All right, I'm good.
My name is Yakun.
Yakun.
Your name?
My name is Chase. Chase.
Yeah, from country?
Me, America.
アメリカどこ？
アメリカのニューヨーク出身。
ニューヨークどこ？
ニューヨークのマンハッタンに住んでるの。
マンハッタン？
そうだよ。
マンハッタンダウンタウン？
ダウンタウンに住んでるよ。
ダウンタウンは危ないね。
ダウンタウンは危ないでしょ。
日本西成は危ないね。
日本もたまに危ないでしょ。
この辺は危ないね。
この辺危ないか。
危ないよ。
ああ、わかりました。まあ頑張るよ。
気をつけてね。
はい、ありがとう。はい、you too.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, basically, he was asking me where I'm from. And he was telling me that this area is dangerous. And I told him, and he was like, oh, you're from New York? I said, yes. Tell me, oh, New York is dangerous. I'm like, okay. So, I mean, I'm not uncomfortable here, even though it is dangerous or whatever it is. I'm not uncomfortable here at all. But either way, what I'm saying is that, and the purpose of this video is that the Japanese have their preferences. They've got their preferences, and I've just told you what these preferences are. So, thank you for watching Japan and the White Man. See you in the next episode. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe. Also, please watch all my videos on Japan if you really want to know about Japan. Watching one video, you're not going to get the full context of what's going on. Again, Chase the Traveler. Thank you. Peace out.